this process. I thank you.
Thank you, Madam Representative of Guyana. I will now give the floor to the representative of United States.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister Dar, and thank you, Assistant Secretary General Khiari, for your briefing. Colleagues, the Middle East has a clear path to a better future. This Council must take concrete steps toward durable peace and prosperity. That starts with a future for the people in Gaza that is free of Hamas. This Council must meet the moment by pressuring Hamas to accept the ceasefire proposal already accepted by Israel, release the 50 remaining hostages held for more than 650 days, and disarm and leave Gaza forever. Shielding Hamas from accountability undermines Israel's security, rewards terrorism, and does nothing to improve the lives of Palestinians. We remind this Council and the world that there are still 2 American citizens, Itai Hen and Omer Nutra, held by Hamas. We also underscore that Hamas has held Hadar Goldin since 2014. It is past time for Hamas to return all those it has taken hostage. Hamas bears sole responsibility for the massacre it perpetrated on October 7th. It is likewise responsible for the resumption of hostilities in March, following Hamas's rejection of multiple ceasefire proposals. Mr. President, the representative of Israel has addressed allegations of genocide made by some in this room. I am also compelled to speak on this. These accusations are politically motivated and categorically false. They are part of a deliberate, cynical propaganda campaign as Hamas attempts to win symbolic victories to compensate for total defeat in war. The United States refutes these allegations entirely. America fully supports Israel's right to defend itself. Israel has taken numerous measures to limit harm to civilians and to address humanitarian needs. The loss of civilian life in Gaza is tragic, but the responsibility for this rests with Hamas, which could also stop the fighting today by agreeing to a ceasefire already accepted by Israel. I will also address allegations of Israel's plans to move Gazans to other countries. The United States does not support the forced displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. President Trump has said that nobody is expelling any Palestinians from Gaza. We also underscore, Mr. President, Hamas must accept the deal on the table. Anything short will only perpetuate the suffering of hostages in captivity, of their families desperate to unite with loved ones, and of Gazans who deserve to live free of Hamas's tyranny. Mr. President, with respect to the dire humanitarian situation, no one wants to see Palestinians in Gaza go hungry or thirsty. The United States supports getting assistance to civilians in Gaza. This should happen in a way that does not allow Hamas to benefit. We recognize the IDF's ongoing efforts to prevent civilian harm in Gaza. By contrast, Hamas's use of civilians as human shields is a deplorable violation of international humanitarian law. The United States stands for the protection of civilian lives during armed conflict in compliance with international humanitarian law. Mr. President, with respect to deaths of Palestinians while seeking aid, the United States mourns the loss of all innocent lives, and we agree that more assistance needs to safely reach those in need. I would point out that the most recent tragedy occurred near UN convoys after they passed through the Zakim crossing. It is unfortunate that the UN continues to turn down the offers of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to collaborate and coordinate aid efforts. The United States also offers condolences for those killed at the Holy Family Church in Gaza. We have asked Israel to investigate the strike and ensure that all civilians, including Christians, remain safe. And with respect to the death of the American citizen in the West Bank, as Ambassador Huckabee has said, we have asked Israel to aggressively investigate the killing of Saif Musalat, an American citizen who was visiting family in Sinjil when he was beaten to death. There must be accountability for this criminal and terrorist act. Our condolences are with Saif's family. And we condemn criminal violence by any party in the West Bank and support actions to ensure all civilians, including Christian civilians, remain safe. The future for the Palestinians must start in Gaza without Hamas. Hamas must disarm and leave Gaza, and the hostages must return home. Quiet diplomacy, not performative actions in New York or elsewhere, will achieve that goal. Mr. President, turning to Iran, we are likewise at a critical juncture. On June 21st, the United States devastated Iran's nuclear facilities to end Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and stop the threat posed by the world's foremost state sponsor of terror in support of Israel's right of collective self-defense. Now, with the U.S. negotiated ceasefire having brought an end to the 12-day war, Tehran faces a choice. On the one hand, Iran can continue its current path of defying the NPT-mandated safeguards obligations in a bid to reconstitute its nuclear program in secrecy. Already, Iran's law to suspend cooperation with the IAEA has obscured international visibility into its program. Iran can also continue to route vital state resources to a network of proxies and partners abroad to undermine regional security. Or, on the other hand, Iran can pursue a different course, ending its path to a nuclear weapon through meaningful, time-bound diplomacy. This track is the only means of realizing a durable peace, and with it, greater prosperity and global integration for Iran and its people. This path remains the preferred of the United States. We urge Iran to take it. In the absence of a deal, the United States continues to impose maximum diplomatic and economic pressure to constrain any activities, like the pursuit of a nuclear weapon, that would threaten the security of U.S. citizens, personnel, and partners in the region. We emphasize the July 1st statement of the G7 foreign ministers, which, first, reaffirmed that Iran can never have nuclear weapons and must refrain from reconstituting its unjustified enrichment activities. Second, called upon Iran to urgently resume full cooperation with the IAEA, including by providing verifiable information about all nuclear material in Iran and providing access to IAEA inspectors. And third, condemned the reprehensible calls in Iran for Director General Grossi's arrest and execution. Colleagues, the members of this council and the world must stand united in ensuring Iran never obtains or develops a nuclear weapon. The United States will do its part to help forge a new reality for the Middle East alongside Israel and our Arab partners. It is our responsibility to realize the Middle East that earlier generations dreamt of, a region of peace, prosperity, safety, harmony, opportunity, innovation, and achievement. I thank you.
Thank you, Madam Representative of United States. I now give the floor to the representative of Republic of Korea.